guys. It is me, Davina, and my dogs. And, hi. I wanted to inform you guys of where I've been and what's happened. If you follow me on Instagram or Facebook, you might know what's going on. But if not, I will inform you guys. On August 17th, it was a normal day, and we just did what we had to do that day. And around probably 4:30, 5 o'clock, my son decided he wanted to go to Chinese, so we all got in the car and we went up to a Chinese restaurant. We had a great dinner, laughing, talking, spending family time. And we ate our dinner, and we stopped by a friend's house, and our neighbor called and said, "There's a little bit of smoke coming out of your house." We didn't think nothing of it because, get down, baby, because the last time that happened, it just turned out to be our neighbor barbecuing. So, it was like, Well, we got around halfway here, and my son's freaking out because he can see, the smoke in the air. And he's like, "Dad, that's wood. That's wood. That's a house." So my husband kicks it around, and we come up the road to 2 fire trucks and a yard full of firefighters. And I'm freaking out because the dogs are still in the house. It's my home, I was crying, I was freaking out, but mainly I just wanted my dogs because they're my babies. Of course my son's my baby, but he's a grown man now, and my doggies are now my children. And yes, I have a lot of them, I know that. Sorry about the jiggling, I'm having a handheld today. But, they're my babies. Dogs have always been a part of my life, and these guys are with me through everything. And they were in the house, and the house was on fire, and I was freaking out because they're my babies. And finally the fire chief agreed to let my husband go in to the downstairs part where the fire wasn't at yet and look. And slowly they all came out. But Tippy, who is a main staple on my channel and in my life, he didn't come out, and I was scared. And finally my husband hollers at my son and hands something to my son, and my son comes to the car window and hands me Tippy, and I turn into a big blubbering mess because my baby was safe. But at that point in time, we were still missing 3 dogs. We didn't know if they were in there or what happened. And they told us we had to get out of the house. We couldn't be in there any longer. I didn't go in, but my husband did. And they told him he had to get out. And yeah. The upstairs is a shell. You look at the front of the house, and it looks normal, except for the windows being black, but it looks normal, like there's no damage. You go to the side of the house, and you can see where the fire was. You go to the back of the house, and they cut big sections out, knocked holes in the roof. It was a nightmare disaster for me. But my personality is to kind of joke about it, and sorry guys, to kind of joke about it. That's just my personality. I don't want to cry. I've done enough of that in 2 weeks. but I mean, we've been in that house 17 years. Um, to lose everything, basically. I mean, some stuff was salvageable, but others, my curio that I absolutely adore that my grandma got me for Christmas, um, 27 years ago. This year would be 28. Um, it got destroyed, and yeah, I mean, I know that the memories are not destroyed, but it was. Um, there, of course, is fire damage. There's water damage. There's damage just from the firefighters coming through. Yeah, I mean, it left us. We had our home, and it left us homeless. We spent a total of 11 nights in a hotel. Um, the Red Cross really came through and helped us out when we didn't have no way because we didn't have home insurance. Um, they came through and helped us. And if you guys are looking for a charity to donate to, the Red Cross is awesome. They really, really came above and beyond what we expected or needed, and they were awesome. They were really great. Family, friends, church all stepped up and helped, and yeah, uh, we are living in a 37-foot camper in our backyard. It's not ideal, but it's okay. This is my little bedroom area. And there's a little living room area. Oh, I'm going to have to stop this for a few, and I will be back. Okay, guys. Sorry about that. My husband pulled in, and the dogs went nuts. But yeah, August 17th was a nightmare. But we do have the camper, and it is a place to live. We have our little bedroom. My son and his girlfriend, fiance, future wife, wifey, whatever he wants to call her, has their little bedroom. We have a bathroom, living room, kitchen area, and it's kind of like a small apartment, but it'll work. It's nice. God provided a place to live, so I can live in it. Now there was a time I couldn't because I had too much stuff, but that was kind of taken care of for me. So yeah. I have to joke about things. It's in my personality because if I face it head on, I turn into a blubbering, crying lunatic, and I just can't do that right now. But I'm trying, and yeah. Let's see. My nursery, the fire did not get that far, so my stuff in my nursery was safe. Because it was a different built on in a different part of the house, it didn't even get wet or water damage to it. So that's good. But the bad news is my 5 newest, which was my Franny, Phelan, Fernando, and then Philip and Felix. Were in the living room, and they got some water damage to them. They got stomped on, walked on by the firefighters. And when I first saw them, I went into meltdown mode because they had mud, they had water, they had I went into meltdown mode. But my friend, she's like, calm down, calm down. Um, she's like, just, let's see here. And, um, new bodies, a warm bath, new stuffing, probably a couple new wigs for the girls because their wigs are pretty much ruined. So I know one of them will end up with a new wig because the blonde hair and the water and the mud and everything just, yeah. So Franny will end up with a new body and new hair, new stuffing, um, probably new waiting material. But it's not a total loss like I originally thought. When I seen them, I went into meltdown. Shh, come on now, let's not do that. Meltdown mode. But sometimes you just need someone to point things out to you, and yeah, so a nice. They're salvageable, but new body, new work. A little less hair. For Felix, of course, he didn't have much anyway, but he has a little less now. But hey, I'll take that. Um, but we lost probably 90%, 95% of everything we owned. Some stuff is salvageable. I am not telling you guys this because I want free stuff or I want you to send me stuff. I'm telling you this as my friends because I want you all to know what's going on and why I haven't made videos the last excuse me, there we go, why I haven't made videos the last couple weeks, and to loosen the load on me because the people that I talk to about things are involved in this with me, and they have their own troubles and everything. So I am dealing. My way of dealing, I joke about things. I don't really, guys, I don't really try to go head on with stuff because it's easier for me to kind of step back and deal with it that way. But it could have been worse. We could have been home. I could have lost my dogs. I could have lost my family. But I didn't. Jessica was at her mom's, so she wasn't home. Me and my husband and son were at a restaurant. All the dogs got out. The 3 we couldn't find, my husband, after the firefighters left, they told us we, not to go upstairs because it was too dangerous, but we could look around in the downstairs, and my husband found them. They were hiding. They were scared, sopping wet. But he brought these 3 little dogs out to me, and when I saw the sides stinking to high heaven from smoke, I cried like a baby. So it could have been way worse than it is. But, we have another place to live. Thanks to friends and family, we have clothes and the essentials that we need. So, we're okay and we'll survive. I still have my collection, all but the 5 that I told you guys about. They are perfectly, they were in their totes, all put up in the storage area, and that did not get no damage whatsoever, no smoke damage, no water damage, no nothing. So they're safe. The 5 were damaged, but slowly they're fixable. New bodies, new stuffing, new wigs. So it's okay. Sometimes you just need to step back from a situation and look at it, and you can see, okay, well, maybe. I had a friend help me with that and show me, look, It may quit. It may have got destroyed or it may have got ruined, but it's fixable. So let's just fix it. Let's change the body. Let's change the stuffing. Let's wash them up. You know, we'll figure it out. And I have Felix. Felix was the first candidate that went through that, and he is with me, and he got me through. My son, the fire started in his room, so he wasn't as lucky. He lost his room, all of his clothes, all her clothes, their blankets, their bed, their TVs. They lost their whole complete room. And then the stuff that was downstairs, fire and smoke damaged, fire, smoke, water. I think water was the big thing. It started raining after the fire, and it was raining harder in our house than it was outside. Pictures on the walls got ruined. But it's okay, because most of my pictures are backed up on social media, on my computer, which thankfully was put away in the cabinet, and the metal cabinet, and it didn't get too hot because it was in the... I'm lucky on that one. But like I said, it could have been way worse if we'd have been home. If there's so much worse it could have been. But we wasn't home. Our animals got out. Materials can be replaced. You can get a new house. You still have the memories in your heart. You can replace items you lost in a fire, but you can't replace your family. You can't replace your animals. Luckily, we all survived and got out. Or, well, we wasn't even home, but we all survived. The animals got out, so everything is fine. We're rebuilding, in the sense, not our home, because it's a loss. It has to be torn down, but, we were planning on moving in a couple years out to another piece of property, so now we just live in the camper and say, excuse the dogs, they're all wound up here. But yeah, so I will be back with my babies slowly. When I get another one repaired, I'll bring it on. Not a total loss with my dogs, but it is going to cost a little bit of money to get them repaired with bodies and stuffing and weighting materials. But that's okay. That is okay. I can deal with that. I was talking to my friend, and I said if I knew when I left that I wouldn't have my stuff when I came home, I would have wore a different outfit. And she looked at me and she's like, seriously? I was like, yes, I would have had a nicer outfit to wear. I wouldn't be stuck in the one I got. And she just looked at me like I lost my mind, but that, like I said, that's me, that's my personality. I deal with things the way I can, and that's the way I dealt with it. But a little over 2 weeks ago, and in 2 weeks' time, we've spent time in a hotel. We're now in the camper, and it's not bad. It's really nice. A little small when you're used to a house, but it will work. It is livable. A little tight when it comes to privacy, because there's only so many places you can go. But you know what? God provided a place to live, and that's fine. The dogs are with me. They're happy. Normally loud, as they're starting to get now. Mommy's making video. But yeah, we're alive. We're together. God has provided a place for us to live, clothes on our backs that we didn't have. So we're good. You know, possessions can be rebought. Memories are in my heart, and that's okay. If I lost, it's okay. Um, my curio, which was, I loved it because it came from my grandmother, and if y'all don't know, my grandmother was like my second mother. She took me in when I was 16 and I was in trouble, um, and she took care of me, and she never told me, you know, when I turned 18 and got married and thought I was a smart butt and ran off, and a year later I came back and I was all, what am I going to do? She gave me a place to stay. My husband, she welcomed him in. My son, of course, she loves him to pieces. My niece, who I raised like a daughter, she loved her to pieces. Those were her babies. Um, so my grandmother was very special to me. I called her Grammy. She, Rufus. She, I was lucky in life to get her as my grandmother, my second mother. And she spoiled me and my son and my niece and my husband very rotten, and it's very, she's been gone 20 years, almost, well, 19 years, next year's 20, and it's very hard without her, but I didn't lose her. I still have the memories. I have my pictures on CDs, or I have them on Facebook, or, you know, so I didn't lose everything. I still have some stuff, but yeah. I don't mean to ramble, but I wanted to let you guys know what was going on and where I've been and why. But yeah, like I said, Felix was my first. We took, and he was bathed and restuffed and a little less hair than he had, but he's here. So my next video will include a baby. Like I said, probably Felix, because he's the first of the, his body just needed to be washed and restuffed because he didn't get he was covered somehow and he got a little bit of smoke smell, but, you know, she washed him, everything. So restuffed him. He's back. So my next video will include him. Yeah, I might have my husband go through my storage and get me one of my babies out of storage so I can have a little variety to show you guys. But the other babies are coming, you know, they will be redone. And whatever they get, I mean, I know the girls will probably end up with new wigs, new bodies. So, you know, that's coming. Like I said, it could have been way worse, but the first night, it was a loss to me. I couldn't even bear to look at everything. The girls were covered in mud, stomped on, water dam, you know, wet. It was a disaster to me, and all I thought is, oh my God, they're ruined forever. But my friend sat down and talked to me, and they're not damaged forever. And even if they were, they're dolls. They can be repainted or, you know, redone. So I can deal with that. I'm not sure if anything else happens, I can deal with anything else, but I can deal. Thank you all for your prayers. Thank you for your nice comments. Thank you for being my friends. I'm going to sign off here because the dogs are getting wild, and yeah, my husband's outside, and as soon as he comes in, the dogs are going to go crazy. So I am going to go ahead and sign off, and I will be back with Felix, forging ahead, going strong, you know. If you guys pray, just keep us in your prayers. It's going to be a long haul. My husband still has to tear the house down. Um, we have to figure out if we're going to stay on this property, put a trailer here, or if we're going to move out to his aunt's, or what we're going to do. But it's really hard to leave an area you've been for 17 years. It's really hard to lose everything you've ever known, had. But, we survived. We're stronger for it. So, thanks for watching, guys. I love y'all, and I hope that everything is good for you guys. Watching your videos has been one of my strong points for the past 2 weeks. So yeah, thank you guys. I will be back. Like I said, new surroundings. My bedroom area here. You'll probably see a lot of this in the little living room area and probably the kitchen area. But yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for everything. Yeah, love you guys. Thank you. And Tippy, poor baby. He's had a hard 2 weeks. But yeah, I love you guys, and I just wanted to update you. And thank you guys for sticking around. And I wanted to let you know what was going on. And I will be back. Can't get rid of me that easy. Thanks for watching, guys. I love y'all, and I will see you next time. Bye.